Nerdy Birdy Tweets by Aaron Reynolds. This is Nerdy Birdy. Nerdy Birdy loves playing video games. This is Vulture. Vulture thinks video games are boring. Vulture loves snacking on dead things. Nerdy Birdy thinks dead things are gross. Nerdy Birdy and Vulture are very different. They are also best friends. 3 things Nerdy Birdy and Vulture love to do together. 1. Make fun of each other's lunch. Gluten, flavor, texture, and excitement-free breadcrumbs. Edible product. 2. Make silly faces. 3. Take goofy pictures of each other. One day, Nerdy Birdy discovered an amazing new game. It's called Tweetster, he told Vulture. What does it do? Asked Vulture. Lots of things. 1. Collect tons of friends online who may or may not text you back. 2. Play games with them all. 3. Tweet messages and pictures for them all to see. Sounds, awesome, said Vulture, even though it really sounded kind of dull. An hour later, Nerdy Birdy had 50 new Tweetster friends. I'm friends with a flamingo! Neat. A day later, Nerdy Birdy had 100 new Tweetster friends. He played Angry Worms with an ostrich and tweeted his score. I'm friends with an ostrich! How cool is that? Cool. A week later, Nerdy Birdy had 500 new Tweetster friends. He had never dreamed he could have that many friends. I'm friends with a puffin. She lives in Iceland. Iceland! You're friends with a vulture, and she's dying of boredom. Boredom! Let's do something different. In a minute. This is not fun. Did you realize I can fit your whole body in my beak? I could eat you in one bite if I wanted. That's nice. Vulture decided she had had enough of watching Nerdy Birdy play Tweetster. Vulture spread her wings and flew away. An hour later, Nerdy Birdy finally noticed. The next day, Vulture had a surprise for Nerdy Birdy. Vulture had joined Tweetster. They Tweetstered together all morning. At lunchtime, they put away their games. It was just like old times. They made fun of each other's lunch. They made silly faces. They took goofy pictures of each other. But when they logged back on to Tweetster, Vulture found a surprise waiting for her. What is this? At Nerdy Birdy. At Vulture Girl is a messy eater. She eats dead things. Ew! Oh, that? It's a picture from lunch. Why did you tweet it to all your Tweetster friends? I thought it was funny. Just because you thought it doesn't mean you should tweet it. Why? It's embarrassing. I just thought... No, you didn't. Vulture spread her wings and flew away. An hour later, Vulture hadn't come back to their favorite telephone wire. A day later, Vulture still wouldn't answer any of Nerdy Birdy's calls. Vulture! A week later, Nerdy Birdy found a dead squirrel on the road, Vulture's favorite snack. He waited for hours, hoping she might stop by. Vulture never showed up. But then it hit him. Nerdy Birdy had 500 Tweetster friends. He'd ask them for advice. He tweeted, at Nerdy Birdy, my best friend is mad at me. What should I do? 10 minutes later, nobody had tweeted back. An hour later, nobody had tweeted back. A day later, only 3 Tweetster friends had tweeted back. At Puffin Stuff, what do you want me to do about it? I live in Iceland. Unhelpful. At Ostrich 49, LOL, stinks to be you. Super unhelpful. at Pink Flamingo 7. Try not to be such a bird brain, LOL. It wasn't meant to be helpful, but it was super duper helpful. Nerdy Birdy closed down his game. He opened up his tiny little wings and he flew. He flew high. He flew low. He flew across town. He flew over fields until he spotted her. Vulture blended right into the branches of the dead oak tree, but Nerdy Birdy knew his best friend a mile away. I was a bird brain. Vulture said nothing. I shouldn't have tweeted that photo of you. Vulture said nothing. I'm sorry, said Nerdy Birdy. You should be, said Vulture. I really am. And he really was. What about your 500 Tweetster friends? Nerdy Birdy shrugged. One real live you is worth 1,000 Tweetster friends. This is Nerdy Birdy. This is Vulture. They are very different. They are also best friends. Some days, Nerdy Birdy decides what they should do. Take that! I just beat your Angry Worm's all-time high score. Superior worm scorer. One more game, please. Some days, Vulture decides what they should do. Dead raccoon, dead ahead. I see it. And some days, they just get together and tweet.